So I'm going to show you a really good way to train your brain to adapt to the different length between the Spec Tennis paddle and the tennis racket. Right? I talk a lot about how by training with Spec Tennis, you're learning the skills that you need in tennis, and then you can directly translate that to tennis. But the more that you do something like this, the easier it is to adapt between shots to the difference in length. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold both, and I'm going to switch hands after every shot. I'm hitting against the wall, so I hit with the tennis racket, then I switch hands, and then I hit with the Spec Tennis paddle. Notice I'm finding the sweet spot pretty easily with both. I'm starting off with a very simple swing first so that I just focus on making good contact, but then later I can start doing a more aggressive swing. So I did top spin there, I did top spin there. Notice the swings look identical, right? So I'm not changing my technique. If I'm going for the switch and I'm not fast enough because maybe I'm hitting more of an aggressive shot with top spin, then I can bump the ball first after I've switched the paddle to give myself more time to prepare. So I'll hit the first shot, switch, I'll bump the ball, hit the next shot. That came back too fast, so I didn't have time to switch, but just keep alternating like that, focusing on finding the sweet spot on both the racket and the paddle. And after a few hits, it becomes very easy. I've just trained my brain to adapt to the different length. And so try this out, let me know what you think. Another thing you can do is not switch the paddle and the racket at all, but just train your left and right hand. As we know, training your non-dominant hand can be great for a two-handed backhand. And so in this rally, I'm simply gonna have the Spec paddle in my left hand and the tennis racket in my right hand. And then after a couple minutes, then I'm gonna switch them and see if I can still find the sweet spot of both. Now I wanna do a little more top spin, okay? There we go, same thing. Lefty and righty with a paddle and a racket. Now I'll switch. So the racket's in my left hand, the paddle's in my right hand. Again, starting off with simple swings until you really get the feel of the contact. And then making your swings more aggressive if you want to later on. So give it a try and let me know what you think.